Hey everybody, it's your Uncle Bear. So let me start this by saying the majority of people in Minnesota, I like you. You are Minnesota nice, as they say. Um, but there are some dicks here too. And who am I talking about? Well, for starters, the owners of what we used to call the McStop. I don't know what it's called now, but it's in Lakeville, Minnesota, exit 81 off of I-35. Um, I hadn't been in there for years, but yesterday I was struggling to stay awake, man. Came up there and I was gonna pop in, take a half-hour cat nap, and then finish out my ride. And I wasn't parked 10 seconds before some rent-a-cop, has his riot gear on, basically Kevlar and the whole enchilada, and parking enforcement on his thing. He comes wheeling up in front of me and walks over, and I said, "Let me guess, all paid parking here now?" And he said, "It's been that way for 6 years." And I went, "I haven't been in this shithole for longer than that." I said, I just wanted to take a cat nap, but I said, "That's fine." I said, I'll go on up the road, and I'll go ahead and finish out my ride for today. But and don't get me wrong, if you truck stops, if you want to take a fourth of your parking or whatever and make it reserved parking, where we can call to reserve a spot, something like that, or go on your app or whatever, that's fine. I reserve a spot sometimes if I know I'm going to be getting into a truck stop late or whatever. It's kind of peace of mind, as long as you get to a truck stop that'll actually kick the thieves out of your parking spot, when you get there. But and that's what they are, thieves. They're stealing a paid parking spot. But yeah, I have no problem with that. Take a fourth of your, make a little extra money, whatever, and, reserve those to pay for your trouble reserving the spots and making sure that I have that spot open when I get there. But the whole damn place, 2:30 in the afternoon, when a driver wants to come in and take a little nap or whatever, no, you don't give a shit about the drivers. You don't give a shit about public safety either. You're all about the money, and the guy even said, he said that's the only way you'd have a spot on Sunday afternoon, and it's like, yeah, if, and so some of these little outfits that got 4 or 5 trucks, they'll set up their terminal right there in the local truck stop somewhere, that shit, I get it. If you want to charge those guys, fine, because they shouldn't be setting up shop right there in the truck stop. Go rent shop space somewhere like the rest of the world. But for normal drivers that just want to come in and take a nap, maybe get something to eat, that's bullshit. So anyway, that's part of the reason I don't go to the cities. The city of Minneapolis, came out with that a few years ago, that no truck parking in the city of Minneapolis. Okay, that's fine. I haven't delivered or picked up in Minneapolis since, nor will I. I don't give a shit. If you don't want truck drivers there, not a problem. Won't be there. And I tell everybody I know, what? Don't go. Don't go. If they don't want us there, we don't need to be there. Go hunt for your food. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Be safe out there, everybody.